Russian President Vladimir Putin has made what the Kremlin is calling a surprise visit to occupied Mariupol. Exiled authorities from the Ukrainian city have condemned the trip, which came hours after another unannounced stop in Crimea, which is the peninsula Russia illegally annexed in 2014. Now, that in turn came after an arrest warrant was issued by the International Criminal Court on Friday, accusing Vladimir Putin of war crimes.
During the unannounced trip, billed as a working visit by the Kremlin, the Russian leader traveled by car, driving himself, to several districts in Mariupol, chatting with people outside and visiting them in newly built homes. He also received updates about reconstruction works in and around the heavily destroyed city, before returning to Russia to meet with his top military commander.
Two of the world's great powers come together. China's President Xi Jinping is visiting Russia. It's Xi's first trip to one of Beijing's closest allies in 3 years, and his first state trip of 2023. The official purpose listed for the meeting to, quote, deepen their strategic partnership. Beijing has been focused on reshaping its image in the international arena and establishing itself as a peace-promoting power. A week ago, China managed to broker an agreement between two bitter rivals, Iran and Saudi Arabia. Two countries who've been on opposite ends of a range of conflicts since 2016 resumed diplomatic relations.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called for the regime to stand fully ready with nuclear attacks to deter war, in a remark made during a military drill over the weekend. The North state-led Korean Central News Agency reported on Monday morning that North Korean troops on Saturday and Sunday trained to improve their nuclear attack skills in a 2-day course. Kim Jong-un oversaw the training and again brought his daughter along, who seems to be Kim Jong-un's protege. Kim added in his statement that simply having nuclear weapons is no longer enough to deter war. The North must strike fear to enemies by becoming ready with its nuclear attacks. And on Sunday morning, North Korea fired another short-range ballistic missile from Cheolsangun Pyeongbuk-do province off toward the East Sea as part of its training, KCNA said. It added that the missile achieved its target by flying 800 kilometers to blow up 800 meters above the sea.
The Chinese government has condemned the killing of 9 Chinese nationals at a mining site in the Central African Republic, where a civil war is raging, and the president of China, Xi Jinping, called on Monday for the perpetrators to be severely punished. The rebel coalition, initially blamed by some for the attack, put out a statement later in the day. Without providing evidence, it accused Russian mercenaries from the Wagner group of being behind the violence. The attack early Sunday came just days after gunmen kidnapped 3 Chinese nationals in the country's west near the border with Cameroon.
The death toll for Saturday's earthquake at Ecuador's border with Peru rises to 15 and leaves over 500 people injured between both countries. The 6.5 magnitude tremor killed 14 people in the Ecuadorian provinces of El Oro and Azuay, those most affected by the quake, and also a 4-year-old girl in the Peruvian city of Tumbes.
A South African accountant, Cloete Murray, has been shot dead along with his son. He was investigating corruption cases linked to former President Jacob Zuma's government. He was shot down by unknown gunmen while driving in Johannesburg. Now, according to local media, his son died on the spot, while Murray succumbed to his injuries while at the hospital. Murray was a court-appointed liquidator whose job was to look into the accounts of firms that had folded, recover assets, and report any criminality.